Hey everyone, it's Tim Maria here with Term Sheet Battle. We have Brad Furber, the founder of Term Sheet Battle, calling in from Denmark. And then from Finland, we have Dmitri Sarle, who's the CEO of Arctic Startup, one of our partners, and a really cool person you should meet and read their blog. Hi, Dmitri.
Hi there, nice to meet you. Nice to be here.
So, Brad, why don't you tell us some background about the Term Sheet Battle event, where you came from, and what's going to be the rundown for the Nordic tour?
Okay, well, Tim, you may recall back in Seattle, in the heyday, I guess pre-99, I started putting together a program that ran for many years where it's a mock negotiation of a term sheet. And what we did was we bring in experienced venture capitalists, securities lawyers, and entrepreneurs. And it's a way to sort of pull back the curtain and see how these deals get negotiated. And we started it up again here in the Nordic region. I moved to Denmark in 2010, and so we've been doing them all over Europe, and now we've partnered with Arctic Startup and with Startup Bootcamp, which is a large European accelerator, and we're going to be putting on what we're calling the Nordic Tour, coming up late May, going to Helsinki, Oslo, and Stockholm.
Dmitri, tell us about your background in Arctic Startup.
Arctic Startup basically started out as a blog, a simple startup blog in 2007. That was the time in Helsinki and the whole region when basically startup ecosystem was starting to come together, and we'd like to think that Arctic Startup was a main driver of that. It started growing quite fast, so in 2009 it became a company, and now we are the largest technology and startup blog in the Nordic Baltic region. And you know, the Nordic Baltic region might be a small percentage of the population in the whole world, but we have a lot of things happening here and a lot of great companies. So we get to cover exciting companies such as Spotify, Rovio, Supercell, Minecraft, Izettle, and others. So I think there's a lot to be seen from the region, especially considering how many $1 billion companies come out of here.
Yeah, it's really interesting to read your blog too, and to have your guys' eyeballs on the ground there, really, to write solid content. So I really appreciate that. And I make sure my interns are catching up and seeing what's going on around the world. Tell us about why Arctic Startup wanted to be engaged and be one of the co-hosts of the event here.
Well, we first heard about Term Sheet Battle quite a while ago, and thanks to this Startup Bootcamp guys, we got introduced to Brad. And we knew about the event, and we knew that it's a great event that brings value. I think like one major problem is that in the region, and I think everywhere else, is that there's a lot of startup events coming up now. Like there's literally a startup event nearly every week, you know. But there's very few events that actually provide a lot of value where people can learn, take something back, and you know, actually act upon it starting like the next week. And we wanted to bring an event like that into the Nordics, and you know, Term Sheet Battle is the perfect candidate for that. I think it's just an event that people can learn so much from, and that doesn't happen very often at events.
So I noticed that Finland on Q1 has captured 12% of the venture money. Can you dive into that?
Yeah, I mean, there was one very big deal by Supercell, which is the up-and-coming, well, not up-and-coming, it's like pretty much one of the biggest gaming companies in the world now, although they started quite recently. They raised 100 million, 130 million, I think, and that's a big you know, round. Of course, they commented that they didn't need it per se. It was more of a thanks to the previous investors. But other than that, there's a lot of rounds happening in the Nordics and Finland in general. Like, for example, in the last year, Finland alone was 14% of European VC money without any big rounds, you know. And there are other great things happening. For example, since 2004, the amount of the exit value has increased by more than 70%. So there's a lot of things happening in the region, and you know, great companies such as Rovio, Skype, Spotify, MySQL, they're all from the region. They're all $1 billion companies. Supercell is you know, pretty much valued at nearly $1 billion as well. So we have a lot of things happening here compared to, you know, the percentage of population of the world. So we're really happy to be in this region.
So it sounds like this is going to be a great event to really pull in together the whole community and go deep with some solid content. How do people find more information about you and Arctic Startup?
Well, of course, they can follow Arctic Startup on Twitter at Arctic Startup. They can follow me at D Sarle, Sarle. And of course, they can go to arcticstartup.com. We have all the news there, and also the event is happening there. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
And Brad, to wrap up, everybody can get tickets right now. So
Yep, you can buy tickets for Helsinki, Oslo, and Stockholm. We're also going to be doing one in Berlin.
Okay.
And you can go to Eventbrite and do a search for Term Sheet Battle and pick whichever venue you want to go to.
Or hit termsheetbattle.com. Well, hey, this is Tim Ria reporting in. Want to thank you guys for your time and look forward to a fabulous event and bringing the community together.
Thank you.
Perfect. See you.